Hi, Jack the Theist, or Christian. This is Curious the Atheist. Okay, so, let's see. What did you ask? Are there any biases intrinsic to atheism? Well, see, I'm a social conservative atheist. So, I don't know what to say because, I've seen about everything in the atheist community. And a lot of it is secular humanism, liberalism, a little bit of socialism, and a lot of progressive left of center social thought. And I'm just looking at that like, but yet I'm a total hardcore, total firm believer in science and atheism because it makes logical sense. I cannot accept a world of supernatural in any way, aspect, or form. And that includes things you might not accept, like the cult or other religious forms. Maybe you don't see Islam or Eastern religions or superstition. I forget who said, I don't believe in ghosts, but I'm afraid of them. Well, that's kind of my feeling about all supernatural things. Heck, I even have intuitions, and, I can accept that I have them, but I still follow them. And, it's even odd, but things that would offend a Christian, or make them uncomfortable, like satanic things and stuff like that, that kind of gives me a little bit of the heebie-jeebies too. And then other times I just don't give it. I don't care. Depends on my mood and the situation. In humor, it doesn't bother me. If somebody's serious about it, well, it's kind of like, it's almost like religion too. So it's like, or anti-religion, so it's like, who cares what side of the chessboard you're playing on? You're still playing chess. Okay. Okay, now what else you got to say? Okay. Well, I pretty much explained, I think, what my values are as an atheist. And that's basically truth as in secular truth, because it is the realistic, real truth. That is the truth that is real. But what bias I have that you don't? Well, nothing much, really. Except there is an integrity of truth in a scientific aspect of life, and its core, that speaks for a fundamental respect for the intrinsic nature of the world we live in. And that's not to say that there isn't truth in conservatism or Christianity or social conservancy or even aspects of religious life. It's just with the scriptures and the aspect of believing believing in something that isn't founded in conceptual reality, well, it has its few pluses and I think more minuses. Although I do think there are a few pluses. But ultimately, something that is non-real, I can't see as ultimately more beneficial. You know, as an atheist, what does it mean to value this life? Well, I could say I'm a nihilist, you know, but I've noticed some nihilists are like, well, if it's only good for what's good for me, and and then that leads to a road of that devalues anyone or anything's other values. And personally, I could turn that completely around and say that, there could be an aesthetic aspect of valuing your one life, even if it paradoxically puts you in a situation where you're not personally valuing that. That's what I think. And that's how personally sometimes I feel. I don't serve a creator, or without imbuing any supernatural aspect to it. Creation is the creator. The watch is the watchmaker. Personally. Based on responses to number 2, how do you establish this belief to be true? Evidence, truth, life, liberty, justice, understanding of entropy, of the finite and the infinite. Just basically looking around and seeing the world as it really is in its beauty and, honestly, subtle horror, I mean, why get into it? There's something, we're all living on the edge of a cliff that we could fall over any minute, and everyone walks around la-di-da because we're on the edge of a friggin' infinite precipice. It's like the tarot card, the fool dancing on the friggin' edge of a cliff. That's life, Assuming you've established it to be true, and it is true for everyone, or just you. Sadly, it's true for everyone. Although you can make it not true for you by putting the veils of illusions up. And we all have veils of illusions. Maybe insects have the fewest. But as more and more advanced you get, perception and imagination are the veils of illusion that we need to function, Because how could you constantly function knowing that, life is a finite and often, it's like walking around with a gun to your head, No wonder people are crying to the Lord, I don't blame you.